Come on. And it says we're live.
Yeah, lies. Bad day. I'm grouchy. All right.
This is different, Al.
I'm crouchier than normal. All right. If you would like to donate to the blanket fort to, well, keep the heat and conditioning on, donate here.
Heat at night, air conditioning in the afternoon.
Yes, because it's Texas in the fall and we're psychotic.
Oh.
If you like coffee, and boy, howdy, was I pounding down the coffee this morning because I did not sleep last night. King Harv's Imperial Coffees at www.kingharv.com.
And the free half pound this month is one of the Ethiopian coffees that is so nice.
Yes.
If you're going to drink the Ethiopian coffee, start out without any sweetener and without any dairy additives. Just drink it black. You'll be shocked. It's totally different than any other black coffee. Trust me on this one. Among the Leaves Tees for your snarky t-shirt needs. tinyurl.com/Among the Leaves Tees. With both King Harv's and Among the Leaves, if you order from them, be sure to remind them you heard about it from us.
You ordered from us. Yeah.
You heard about it from us. I didn't even see it last night.
Well, today was voting day.
Yes, it was. I voted early.
Yeah.
If I can.
And it was interesting.
I bet it was.
It was in line, and we had Navy, Marine, Air Force, and Army all in line at the same time.
And one exasperated school teacher listening to y'all.
And one exasperated school teacher is going, damn military.
I so feel for her.
Well, we were going back and forth like we always do.
Uh-huh. I
I would've
sympathize.
said, yeah, 5 years of that. Oh my goodness.
No, we did not do any we did not comment on any of the stuff up for voting. So we
Well,
were good there.
All we did in Texas is vote on congressional amendments or constitutional amendments.
Constitutional
Yeah,
amendments.
that's a really good one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They passed,
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, congressional amendments would require more firepower.
And more lampposts. So
More lampposts, yes.
Yeah, Rick, about like bickering siblings. Of course, the Air Force guy was embarrassed, A, because he was Air Force, and B, because his son just made Sergeant Major in the
I'm
Marine
sorry.
Corps.
I'm sorry.
He's going, he
Oh,
friggin' deserted me.
that's funny.
Said, no, he just went to a real force.
Well, that's like my son went Navy, and I'm like, where did that come from?
Right.
Not that I had
Him's
anything to do with it.
influence, yes.
Do you swim well at all?
Yeah.
No.
They had to teach him how to swim
Yeah.
in basic. My kid did not swim. I had taught him how to swim when he was small.
Yeah.
And he was so embarrassed about swimsuits in front of other people when he was in his mid to teens that he wouldn't go swimming in public.
Yeah.
So he forgot how to swim.
Yeah.
And they had to reteach him in basic.
Actually, Joel, that was many years ago the slogan for the governor of Louisiana at
Oh, God. Oh, what's
Edwin Edwards,
what's that?
because he was running against David Duke, who was to put it mildly,
It is David Duke.
right of the KKK.
I'm amused at the David Duke start 2 D's and Edwin Edwards 2 E's.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Vote for the crook. It's important.
Yep, and he got in again.
It was kind of important.
It's a great campaign slogan.
Yeah, speaking of
Truth.
Yeah, speaking of voting, 5, count them, 5, New York City, some northern New Jersey city, 2 in Minnesota, one of them being Minneapolis, and of course Seattle, all have socialist Democrats running for mayor and leading the races.
Of course.
Yeah. Blue cities.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Both cities and children.
And
the gimme crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children who haven't figured out that money does not, in fact, grow on trees.
Yeah.
Mommy
friends-
and daddy have always given it
Yep.
to
yeah,
them.
friends in Florida are going, oh my God, we're being overrun
yeah, I'm looking at my neighborhood going, oh my God, pretty soon.
because
It will be
the
a wave of refugees.
the New
Oh, God.
Yorkers are already bailing,
Mm-hmm.
and the Canadians are also bailing out of Ottawa, especially.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, so we saw this in New Hampshire. My family moved to New Hampshire in the early 1990s.
Yeah.
And the decade following that was the flight of the Massachusetts people up into New Hampshire.
Yep.
Because Massachusetts is high tax, just a highly terrible place to live. And
It's a blue state.
there were people that decided that they would rather commute 2 to 3 hours one way every day than live in Massachusetts.
So they took their Massachusetts cancer to New Hampshire.
Yeah, they absolutely did.
Yeah.
New Hampshire's slogan is still "Live free or die," but that is no longer true of that
No,
state, and
because
hasn't been for 20 years.
all of those people that came up there
Yep, brought their voting policies with them.
brought their voting policies with them.
Yep.
And now you get taxed in New Hampshire for your view.
No, it's worse than that.
Oh, they added more on top
No,
of that?
You can be taxed for a potential view.
Oh, yeah.
If your neighbors cut down some trees,
Yeah.
you'll suddenly have a view. So you're going to be taxed because there's a potential for a view. They tried to do that with my dad on the farm. And Dad was like, those are the neighbors' trees. I have no control over whether or not they get cut down. And they're like, but if they do get cut down, you'll have a view.
Yeah. Well, I remember my youngest daughter, when they bought a house up in Clear Lake, California, it was advertised as having a lake view.
Mm-hmm. Between two trees in the winter when the leaves were off.
Only in the winter,
Mm-hmm.
and only one place in the backyard could you actually see the lake.
Yep, New Hampshire is like that. And there's a reason that I left New Hampshire as soon as I possibly could. That and
Because it's upper cryogenica?
well, so I grew up in Alaska. New Hampshire was warmer
Yeah.
sometimes. But the other thing with New Hampshire was the fact that we lived in an old farmhouse with an oil-fueled forced hot water boiler.
Lower cryogenica.
Yeah, drafty old farmhouse. But anyhow, the cost of heating oil was astronomical. And we got to a point where we couldn't afford to fill the tank.
Yeah.
Which is why I know that
We started running out of tauntauns.
that road diesel is died and fuel oil is not.
Yeah.
And if you get a 5-gallon can of road diesel, it will run the furnace for a week.
Yes, Bob, they actually raise taxes based on the view you have from your property.
Or the view you might have.
Or the view you might have, yes.
Yes. There are places in this country I would tell you do not move. I mean, California is easy.
Yeah.
California.
But New Hampshire, people think, oh, live free or die state.
Yeah.
Live free
No
or
income
here.
tax, no sales tax. Oh, honey,
Yeah.
let me tell you.
Yeah.
You will
Property.
pay.
Property taxes, car taxes, boat taxes.
Well,
Apparently view
what
taxes.
They can't tax you for also they raise fees on. 'Cause
Yeah.
Oregon has a property tax cap. So they got around that by just raising every single fee they could find.
Yep.
Yeah, and they keep coming here. They're coming to Texas and bringing their idiot views to Texas.
No.
No. We get a lot of good folks, but we get a lot of fucking morons too.
And they
For every
settle it.
Jana we get 5 or 6 new Austinites that decide that outdoor barbecuing is a health hazard.
Yeah, in Austin. And
Morons.
petition the city council to shut down all barbecues.
Or no, it was shut down, and they had to install filters that would take out down to X microns of particulate matter.
Yeah, West Virginia, you're a lot better off, ma'am. Trust us. There is no free lunch. You're exactly right.
Mhm.
That was the other thing.
Such as a free lunch.
Yeah, in Hawaii, the number of people that bought the high rises back in the 70s and 80s, when they first started building them, had beautiful ocean views until they started selling beachfront property to the builders, who then built more
High rises.
high rises
Mhm. And now you got a wonderful view of somebody else's apartment.
up close and personal. And the fun and games, which apparently originated in New York, is people buying telescopes and scoping out the other high rises to see where the action is for the evening. Because apparently people don't close their window shades.
No, of course I don't.
So it's apparently rather interesting. Yeah, there is no such thing as a free lunch, Richard. You're exactly right.
It's a free lunch. No, and like I said, they're moving here. For every Jana we get 6 or 7 Californicans
Yeah.
that move to Austin with their idiot, stupid hell. I think last I checked, I don't know about this cycle, last cycle, half of the idiots in Austin were on the Austin City Council from Berkeley.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's been interesting here in Texas is the amount of major banking corporations and
Wall Street
moving to Dallas.
Yep.
JP Morgan Chase.
Well, large companies,
They see the handwriting on the wall.
well, they do, but it's also if a state makes it unpleasant and expensive for them to exist,
They'll move.
there is nothing keeping them from
Yeah.
Yep.
moving. So and they will. I mean, it's very short-sighted of. I mean, I also, I mean, yes, there's the flip side of governments will promise them the moon to get them to move to places.
Yeah.
Which is,
Yeah, you're right. Sanford, Houston's no better. Houston, Austin, and Dallas.
yeah.
San Antonio's right up there.
Anytime you have a big city, you're
Yeah.
going to have a large liberal population.
Well, depending on what happens with the EBTs, because apparently they did scrape up some money, but it was apparently only $5 billion, so
Oh no.
they needed $8.8 billion, I think.
I don't care.
But there was an interesting study that I ran across, which I can no longer find. Gee, what a surprise! That said, rather than 42 million on food stamps, the actual count in 2025 has been 82 million
No.
because people will go on it and come off.
Mm-hmm.
So
So the 42 million just happens to be the current figure.
what I found to be interesting in a slightly nausea-inducing fashion was CNN or some major legacy media outfit decided to interview some poor woman on foot that was not getting her food stamps anymore, and they found this lard ass from New Mexico
Yeah.
who had been on food stamps for 30 years.
Oh yeah, yeah, Rick. 82 million names, 42 million current active recipients.
30 years. Food.
It's generational with that bunch.
Well, I mean, from personal experience, I had to fight to get off of TANF, which is
Yeah.
they give you money.
Yeah.
And I never, until I moved out of state, they would not remove me from the rolls of food stamps. I wasn't getting it anymore by then.
Yeah.
But it was still had my name on the books, and they wouldn't take it off because my income never reached the level they wanted, so that they didn't think I needed assistance anymore.
But what your name being on the list meant that they got more federal money.
Exactly.
and didn't have to give it to
I
you.
know why they didn't
Yeah.
want my name and more
Oh.
importantly, me and 4 children. But that was frustrating to me because I was working really hard to support us.
Yeah.
Matter of pride and just practicality, but they refused to. I was never making enough, they thought.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think you guys realize just how far I could stretch $1.
Yeah.
Stretch it till it screams.
Yes, Steve, the Wall Street Bank that moved to St. Petersburg. Another one moved to Charlotte, and they are now moving from Charlotte to Dallas. The Commodities Exchange has moved part of their operation from Chicago to Dallas.
Goodness.
Yeah, what a surprise.
What irritates me about this, and apparently Wall Street has plans to move to Dallas if Chucklefuck up there, the Democrat
Bandami.
yeah, that one, If Chuckle Fuck gets elected, Wall Street apparently has very quiet plans to move to Dallas, which pisses me off because they'll bring more idiots.
Yeah.
And we don't need more idiots.
We got enough of our own. Yes.
No. I did. You can ask anybody that's been in law enforcement for longer than a year. I had 26 years in law enforcement. It sounds like I did a prison term. I did 26 years. Yeah, 26 years in law enforcement.
I mean,
The amount of fraud and abuse I saw with the SNAP system
Oh God, yes.
was endemic. And to be honest, I did every time I found fraud, I reported it. There's a number you can call to report it. And there was an email address that law enforcement could use. And best by knowledge, nobody in Texas ever followed up.
Yeah.
There was this rolled up this one drug dealer, and he was a
Yeah.
full-on purveyor of recreational pharmaceuticals, unlicensed, one each. And he had a Lone Star card, which is the Texas version of the SNAP card, EBT card. Wasn't his. So we seized it, contacted the Health and Human Services as required by the back. Nobody showed up. About 3 days later, some woman shows up demanding her Lone Star card. And it was, no, you're not getting it. We've seized it. It was being used. It was being abused. And suspected fraud, you don't get it back. And she was calling every shift for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then finally, the first time ever, somebody from the Texas Department of Health and Human Services showed up in the front lobby. There to get that card. I walked out, handed her the card. She looked at me, not even looking away from me, hands it to the woman. I told her, I said that we found that card in the possession of a drug dealer. That card's being abused. And she goes, Sergeant, in Texas, we do not starve children.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
She was the same one, if I remember right, that we nailed on something else.
No,
Oh, it wasn't?
nope. That was a whole different kettle of fish.
Because that one was claiming, what, 5 or 6 kids?
8 kids.
8 kids?
8 kids.
Yeah.
a lot of kids.
A lot of kids. She didn't have 8 kids.
She was renting kids.
Yep.
That
Yep.
reminds me of the one in San Francisco that made the national news back in the early 90s. She lived in a $500,000 house in South San Francisco, one of the big houses up on the hill. Drove a Cadillac and collected welfare and food stamps. And she was making $125,000 a year off of that in the 1990s. Well, what she was doing was going down to the Tenderloin and renting kids to go to her appointments with Cal State.
Well, back when the food stamps actually came in a booklet.
Yeah.
And it was you
Yeah,
get
to tear them off. Yeah.
$1. They had $1, $5, $10 stamps.
Yep.
And when I was in high school, I was a kids, ask your parents. I worked as a cashier, sucked. And we had, anybody remember those big tubs of Brock's candies?
Oh, yeah.
And you got the shovel and a bag and you did it by the pound. Well, every food stamp day, this one set of kids would come in with $1 food stamp and buy 1 2-cent Brock's candy. And we had to give change back in real money.
Yep.
Coins.
Yeah.
So 98 cents back. And they'd cycle through about 5 or 6 times. And then mom would come in and pay for a carton of cigarettes with pennies, with coins.
Oh, yeah. That was typical.
In other news, and slightly less cheerful news, 4th of November 1979, a whole bunch of lied to university students got frisky in Tehran and took over the embassy, U.S. embassy, which led to a whole bunch of Americans getting a case of the hips at Iran. Not enough. So, take today to spit in the general direction of terror arm for me.
It was also the first instance of Ross Perot stepping up.
Yeah.
And doing the needful and basically saying, screw the government, I'm going to take care of it
I'll
myself.
take care of it. Yeah.
Which he did. And he
That
did the
was-
same thing during Vietnam, which a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people don't realize he's also a U.S. Naval Academy graduate.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can remember we did a mock election when I was in high school, and Ross Perot was up in the mix for presidential election that year. And the class was so small that even though it was supposed to be anonymous voting, everybody knew it was me that had voted for Perot, and I got soundly mocked
Yeah.
for having broken with everybody else was voting for the Republican candidate. I don't even remember who it was that year. I just was trying to be different than everybody else.
Yeah.
But I was not thrilled with we're going to make fun of you.
Yeah.
Response
I actually
by the
voted for him
teacher.
in a real election.
I mean, my thing was, and still is, I really don't want to go with the crowd. I kind of resent the fact that the Democrats make me go with the crowd because there are no other options.
Yeah.
we have two options. Pick one. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter which one's
Bad and worse.
right.
It's the better of the two evils. Yeah.
Lesser of the two evils.
Yeah.
No, I have a rampaging hate for the mullahs in Iran.
Yeah.
Sideways because that whole debacle.
Yeah, Rick, there were a number of units that were on a very short tether there for a long time. The truly sad part with that whole cluster was the fact the Navy had a plan in 48 hours. Had the units in place, ready to go take care of the problem. And we had Carter. And that Army asshole that jumped up and down and screamed because he didn't get to play stopped the rescue effort. And we ended up with a clusterfuck that became Desert One.
Yeah.
Which the Air Force then turned around and tried to blame on the Navy and the Marine Corps. I'm sorry, folks. I was there. I knew what was going on. Yes, fuck Iran.
I have a whole different viewpoint on the thing. And we'll leave it at that. Other than the fact that if some genie were to offer me that with a single swipe of my knife, I could cut every mullah's throat, good, bad, and indifferent, I'd do it with a smile on my face and with a second thought. Moving
Start
on.
with their testicles and let them bleed out.
Yeah.
So have a little more bloodthirsty than everybody.
Yeah. Anywho, moving on. Weather has been spicy here in North Texas.
Weather's just
Yeah,
flat
they were
been
talking
friggin'
about how we
weird.
both got cold really good.
It has been spicy. Cedar smuggled a tomato plant in my yard earlier in the year, and we finally started getting maters about 4 weeks ago. And I had one get ripe, and then it got cold. And that mater plant said, "Hey, you."
Yeah.
Yeah, my fig tree. Rita has fallen in love with the fig tree. There were several places we lived that there was a fig tree in the yard, and one of my lovely childhood memories to go out picking fruit, either figs or pears.
Yeah.
And eating just in the yard. And fond childhood memory. So Rita bought me a fig tree. And I liked eating figs. I didn't know a damn thing about growing them.
Yeah.
So we went about 5 years with 0 figs. And I finally called the Wichita County Ag Extension. And they said that they would look into it for me. And about 3 days later, I get a call from a botany professor at A&M who informed me what I had to do, which was everything I wasn't doing. And this is the first year that we actually got figs off of our fig tree. And Rita, whose entire fig experience has been fig Newtons, was kind of dubious the first time I pulled a fig off and said, "Here you go, baby, just bite into it." And humoring me because that's what you do. She bit into it and discovered that she really likes fresh figs.
Yeah.
So I think I've gotten a quarter of the figs coming off that tree. Because my little sweetheart will make herself some coffee. And if I'm at home in the morning, I'll make the coffee. We'll sit out on the front porch and while I make coffee, she's gathering figs. And we'll sit there and drink coffee, eat figs. If I'm not there, she drinks coffee and eats figs.
Yeah. And she doesn't have to be ladylike about it if you're not there.
When your entire fig experience has been fig Newtons, the actual fig is a bit of a shock.
Yeah.
It's totally different. I was so happy this year. So my fig trees are little still, they're babies, but I had one that produced probably a half a dozen little figs, and they were so nice.
Yeah.
So next year I'm looking forward to, I will have 3, I think, that should be fruiting sized. So I am not big, but fruiting sized. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
One of the best figs will not produce. A fig tree will not produce. Everybody knows a fig tree is a flower. The fig is actually the flower,
Yeah.
right?
Well, no, the fig is the fruit, but the fig bears its flowers inside out.
Yeah.
So the only thing that can pollinate a fig is a fig wasp. And it has
We don't
to
have those
actually,
here.
we absolutely do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be getting figs.
Yeah.
They're
You-
flowers.
The only thing that can
Oh.
pollinate a fig is a fig wasp. If you don't have fig wasps, you don't get fruit. They just die and fall off the tree.
I was informed those were actually the flowers and they weren't fruit.
Nope. That the part that we eat, the sweet part, juicy part around, is the fruit.
Oh.
But the flowers are inside,
Yeah.
and so are the fig wasps, and so are the baby fig wasps.
Yeah.
Which is what grosses some people out
Protein.
about figs. But they're practically microscopic. You're never going to notice.
And they get
Yeah.
dissolved by the fig anyway.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
the figs. No, don't worry about
But that's how figs work.
Yeah.
Figs are this wonderful little ecosystem all themselves.
So they will not produce figs on old branches. You have to have a new branch to get figs. And that's what the PhD at A&M laboriously walked me through. So we got this one center stalk that's gone up about 10 feet. And it's got the most figs. It's got clusters of figs going up. And that is the only one, since my little sweetheart is small, is the only one ever getting figs off of.
Yeah. Yeah. Plums are another one. Fresh plums. And that's in a lot of places, that's a southern thing. And the other one is blueberries. Friends of mine up in Vermont
Yeah.
had blueberry bushes, not plants, bushes. And Liz used to get gallons of blueberries off of them.
Mm. Yeah.
And every time Wallace would go home, he'd come back with 3 or 4 gallon bags of blueberries.
Yeah.
I wish we had a producing plum tree, but I don't have the
Yeah.
patience.
I have one plum that may be of us. Well, no, excuse me. I have 2 plums that will be of bearing size next year. I have had one that was of bearing size for 3 years. It has bloomed every year. It has not set any fruit. It's a Mexican plum. It's one of the natives. And I don't know. They say it doesn't need a pollinator, but I think they may be fibbing. So I bought another one. We'll see what this coming spring brings. But
Yes, Kermit, bushes are plants. We know that.
This area is better for the stone fruits.
Yeah.
So my peaches did really well this year. It was the first year I had peaches. Plums are supposed to do well here. I don't know yet. Mine are still getting there. I have an apricot, and apricots are chancy here because we get the occasional late frost and apricots bloom early.
Yeah.
So I planted mine in a sheltered place, and I'm training it espalier up against the wall of a building. And hopefully that'll shelter it enough from frost that when it gets mature enough to start blooming and fruiting,
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it'll protect it.
I love plums. Rita can't stand pears, and I thought it was a texture thing. Apparently, it's a flavor thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Rita
pears-
cannot stand pears. I love
Pears
pears.
definitely have their distinctive flavor.
Yeah.
So pears in this area, I'm told, are tricky because we have fire blight. And once a tree gets fire blight, it will take the pear out in no time at all.
Well, you also got Bradford pears all over the area.
Yeah, but you still will get fruit. Because there are people in this area that are getting fruit off pears. Because I follow the gardener forums on Facebook.
Only because they have cut down every Bradford pear within 16 counties.
I mean, they're in Wichita Falls, so and there are Bradford pears wild in Wichita Falls. So
Yeah, so as soon as we get the first, second really hard frost, I'm waiting for second, because you don't want to start cutting your fig until everything's pulled down into the root ball. So after the second hard frost, I'm going to go out there and cutting everything off at shoulder level.
Yeah.
So that next year we'll grow more new limbs and we'll get more figs.
Yep, that's how to do it.
Because Rita just loves figs, and I.
Yeah.
I am listening to y'all and not participating as much as I probably should be, because I'm also doing a text communication with my son planning his next leave.
Okay.
And he's been taking screenshots of flight schedules and sending them to me and asking me, will this work for you? And the one that he sent me a minute ago was the list of flights for going home when they were leaving DFW. And I'm like, you probably don't want to pick the 7 a.m. one because we'll have to leave the house at like 3.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I chose the one that leaves around noon.
Yeah.
Smart. One of the things that I was absolutely delighted by when I was at Donnelly County.
Have fun, Sarah. She's going to serve dinner.
What absolutely delighted me about Donnelly County was Monroe Peach Orchard.
Yes.
And I did not realize that they grew peaches in the Texas Panhandle, but they do. And oh my God, are they good peaches?
It's evidently really good for peaches up here.
And they were closed when I went up and when I came back.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Because I wanted some freestones.
Yeah, I've got 2 peach trees.
I love freestone peaches. I really do.
Mm-hmm. I've got 2 peach trees, and well, technically 3, but we'll see what the third one does because it died back to the rootstock. So what's coming up is rootstock.
Yeah, Kermit.
I have no idea on the fruit.
Love good pears, but they go from wooden and inedible to mush and edible about 15 seconds.
So if you want to plant a pear tree, you want to find a Seckel pear.
Yep.
They are like candy on the tree.
Yes.
And they are amazing.
And also every bird in 6 counties will show up and eat the damn things.
This is why you buy semi-dwarf trees and you keep them pruned so that you can net them.
Yeah.
You don't just plant the tree and let it go. It'll be 30 feet tall and you'll be able to look up at the fruit as the trees, the birds and the squirrels enjoy it.
Raptor, I hope you are not an independent, because if you are, you're probably not on the voter rolls up there right now.
Apparently, according to Janet Spalding, who is losing her tiny little mind, independents are not on the, you have to vote provisionally in Chester County, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
Who was it? ESR on X. Eric
Sacco prayer, Kermit.
Was saying that when he went to vote, because he's registered independent, they had to bring him
provisional ballot.
Provisional ballot. Yeah.
It was something, and they told him at the time that they expected to have regular ballots by early afternoon.
Sure.
So,
yeah. Well, I didn't think it had happened, but I'm just saying that
justice has been called in.
Yeah.
Plasma pulp story is skewing more Buck Roger, Thunder the Barbarian than Flash Gordon. The characters say so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And write what you get.
It sounds plasma pulpy to me.
Yeah.
Raptor, that's good. But I would check when you get to the poll to make sure, because Chester County may not have been the only one in Pennsylvania that did that.
I'm in Texas. We don't have voting issues much in Texas because we're smart about it.
Yes.
Isn't that right, Jonna?
Unless you're near a Democrat city, no. But But no,
The-
I love going to a polling place.
Yeah, John, the first time she went to a polling place in Texas, the giggling and delight was absolutely splendiferous.
Well, I still have my Oregon license plate on my car. And a bunch of people were standing in line going, "Did you see that car out there? It's got an Oregon license plate. Who is that? Who is that who's invading?" And I went, "Refugee, not invader.
Yeah.
That would be me." No, my mother continued to vote for 3 years after she
After she
died.
died,
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and changed to Democrat a year and a half into that. So,
Goodness.
and I kept going down and saying, "She's not a Democrat and she's dead."
Yeah.
So
Here in Texas, we do have a hybrid electronic, but
it's nice. I like it.
when you get done voting, it prints
Yeah.
out a sheet of paper. Then you take your sheet of paper over and you put it into a scanner where it
Yeah.
goes, it's scanned and then locked in a lock box
Yes.
for a paper trail.
It's
Yeah.
wonderful.
And we like it.
Kermit, it should be SACO, SACO for
The pear?
Seckel, Seckel.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my pronunciation.
That's a different one then.
Then yeah, well, there's a bunch of different pears, but Seckel is the sweetest of all of them. And it's an
you catch that?
heirloom.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you,
an-
John.
Yeah, it's an heirloom, and one of the most reliable places to get heirloom fruit trees is Fedco Trees. And they have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of varieties of apples and pears and all kinds of things. It is an amazing resource if you want to get fruit trees that are not your run-of-the-mill grocery store bred for shipping, not flavor.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is an interesting quirk.
I mean, I get it, because if you need an apple that's going to sustain transport without bruising or going bad, and you need it to look like what the buying public expects an apple to look like, because some of the heirloom apples do not, then you're limited to.
Yeah.
I mean, and there are apples that are just absolutely wonderful, don't travel well, or they don't have the flavor and the appearance that people expect, so they don't work commercially. But there are apples that are intended for cider. There's apples that
Yeah.
are intended for sauce and pies, and so many
I
different
just like
ones.
Yeah, Tom just brought up another good point. Stark
Yes.
Brothers.
Stark Brothers is a good one.
Yeah.
Their selection is not as extensive as Fedco is.
Also in Texas, Wichita County, our voter people go out and get the farmers and the ranchers to be the helpful people at the polls.
Yeah.
And there is, when you've got Bubba manfully keeping his knuckles off the carpet with a I help you vote sticker.
Yeah.
There is very little shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been a reason that the constable wandered through 3 or 4 times
Uh-huh.
today.
Yeah.
Well, and there are people that take their civic duty very seriously.
And they
Yeah.
are fiercely neutral.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
They are fiercely neutral. They don't care.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And there will be no shenanigans and I
Mhm.
don't want Bubba turning me into a pretzel and frisbeeing me out in the parking lot. It's one of the few places I will take off my gun before I go in, because I don't want,
Yeah.
I'm not scared of what the sheriff will do. I'm scared of what Bubba the poll watcher will do.
Well, he might have been carrying today.
And probably.
Yeah.
You're disrupting the voting process, and tears me in half lengthwise.
Yeah.
Julie says, I find the old cowboy with a cowboy hat very comforting, right?
Yes.
And they take their civic duties seriously.
Oh yeah.
It's all volunteers. Nobody, you have to show up and say, I would want to help on the polls.
Mhm.
And it gets beat into them pretty quick that you will be neutral, by
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Now there is, when they say there will be no discussion of anything political within X number of feet of the polling station, in Wichita County, they take that seriously.
Yep.
I don't know about anywhere else, but
There are signs.
yeah,
Mhm.
I had a little old lady shake her finger at me, and then Bubba showed up behind her.
Yeah. But they were also this morning handing out the list
Yeah.
Yes.
of
Yeah.
what the amendments were,
That was
Mhm.
handy.
so that
Yeah.
people could actually look at them before they got in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
if
Yeah.
they had not already looked them up.
The local news blog had the list.
Yeah.
So I got to look at it. A
Well, it
while
was also
back.
published in a local paper.
Right. Right.
And the League of Women's Voters have been.
Yeah.
All you do is ask, and they'll send you a stack of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time we had a guy with a Obama wasn't even running, and there was a guy with an Obama T-shirt, and some little old lady in her print dress told him to get out.
Yeah.
And he said, "This isn't political." And Bubba said, "You hear her?" And he got out.
Yeah.
Did you hear her?
No cell phones within 100 feet of the polling places.
You got to keep
Yeah.
them in your pocket.
Yeah.
You will not take them out. I watched the same little old lady run off somebody's granddaughter who was trying to help grandma out in the polling booth.
Oh, no.
And that didn't fly.
No.
On the other hand, and this is in Texas, this is when we lived in New Hampshire, the polling place in where we lived in New Hampshire, because we lived in a very small little town, and it was like 3 booths with little curtains that went across them.
Yeah.
And we would take the children in with us.
Yeah.
I mean, they were little, old enough to see what we were doing, but I would take one of the kids into the little booth with me and to explain while I was
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say I'm voting for whatever. That would be silly, but it was basically just wanted to show the kids this is how you do this.
Yeah.
And the little old dragons manning the station, and again with old school New England,
Yeah.
very different than the city stuff. But they were always delighted with
Oh, yeah.
the cute little kids.
Oh, no, you can take
and
the kids in there.
Yeah.
But you don't go in there and vote for grandma.
No,
No.
That shit ain't going to fly. No. Like I said, they've got, George and Bubba and Juan
Yeah.
with their cowboy hats and manfully keeping their knuckles off the carpet.
Yeah. And don't let the beer belly fool you, because it's not all beer.
No. But no, living in small town Texas is quite nice. Now, it doesn't have all the amenities.
Like the ocean.
Yeah.
There is no ocean. There's no decent,
550 miles south,
there's
straight
no
south.
decent body of water within spitting distance.
No.
But other than that, it's. I have very few complaints.
It's comfortable.
It's comfortable. I have few complaints.
It's affordable.
I would like to live on the coast. I do miss the. Sometimes I wake up still smelling the sea, because I've always lived within a spitting distance of the sea. Always have.
And you can have that shit.
I know, but
I spent a good chunk of my childhood visiting with my grandmother, who was a few miles from the Oregon coast, and I miss that. That was someplace that I would like to have settled down, and I can't. I mean, Oregon is just no place to live, and I knew that even before I met Jonna.
Typhoons, hurricanes, I've had enough of them. Thank you very much.
She lived far enough inland that wasn't as much of an issue. If you live right on the coast, that's a problem, but 5-6 miles inland, not as much.
But
Not with the Cascades, anyway.
The problem you have in the entire West Coast is the Alaska and California current.
Yeah.
So it's freezing friggin' cold in the water.
It's not as cold in Oregon as it is in Alaska. Having been
It's
in the water in both,
pretty damn close.
I know. But you know what's worse than that? The water right off of Maine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, because you've got the upwelling that pushes the Gulf Stream
mhm.
up to become the English current.
All I know is that that was colder than any place I've been in the Pacific, and that includes off of Juneau, Alaska.
I loved truck. We dove truck, and of course Diego Garcia. It's like getting in a bathtub. Water temps in the 80s.
Yeah. I've never been in the water that far south.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mediterranean is that's my jam.
Yeah.
Born on Malta.
Now the problem is there that you're living in either Europe or Africa.
Well, our problem with the Med was the fact that, much like Vietnam and Cambodia and that region of the world, you get weather patterns that give you inversions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you get a hazy overcast
Hmm. Yeah,
that limits your view.
yeah.
Now, what's funny is if you go over around the Persian Gulf, as long as they don't have high boobs,
Hmm.
the water is brown and the desert is blue.
Yeah, the water is brown and salty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy gods, is the Persian Gulf salty?
No, you're talking about diving, and I'm sitting here thinking I did some skin diving in Squam Lake.
Yeah.
Now, for any of you that have ever seen the movie On Golden Pond,
Yeah.
It was filmed on Squam Lake. I canoed right past where they filmed most of that.
Yeah.
Many times, and swam and dove not too far from there. And it really is as beautiful as the movie makes it out to be. It's
Yeah.
not.
I miss the smell. I grew up in port cities and in on islands.
Yeah.
I miss the smell, and I miss the weather moderating effects of a large body of water.
What I don't miss is a typhoon moving the hangar roof over a foot and then back another 6 inches in the other direction.
I'm 5 blocks from the ocean. While I'm in San Francisco, I can walk down to the
Yeah.
beach every day.
Yes, but it's
That's-
California.
Well, it's a beautiful stretch right there in San Francisco. It's
Yeah.
really gorgeous. Plus,
So that-
Park Presidio is stunningly beautiful.
So that's where you get your ocean fix for the year.
Yes,
Mhm.
get my ocean fix. I'm also going to drive up to the Redwoods during the week.
Yeah.
Go visit some real trees. So
Presidio
Yeah.
used to be a military
I
army
know,
base.
I remember, and I'm glad they didn't turn it into just condos. They
Yeah.
kept it as a park, and it's beautiful to walk through. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Guy I used to play golf with at Moffitt was the last CO of it.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
made out like a bandit.
I'll bet you did.
They bought an Eichler in Palo Alto
Oh,
in the
man.
60s
Damn.
for $17,000.
Yeah,
That's pretty nice.
you can buy a shoebox for that. I mean, a real shoebox.
Yeah.
So,
They sold it for almost $1 million cash.
yeah, and then that's what a lot of people did. And then they moved north and wrecked California.
Yeah.
completely. So,
Well,
Yeah.
his wife had breathing problems, so they went to Arizona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was fortunate this year with the traveling that I did. I got to visit the ocean 3 different times.
Yeah.
In Florida, North Carolina, and Connecticut, which was interesting because it's very different ocean in all 3 different places.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
same ocean, the Atlantic, but
Yeah.
each different chunk of the coastline's really different.
Greg, the morning fog in Monterey is beautiful as long as you're not trying to fly in it.
I used to love the fog on the Oregon
I could
coast.
do all sorts of dirty stuff in a good fog.
but not fly.
Yeah,
So you,
kinda
you
hard.
have a point about the
Kind
flying.
of hard to
Fog
land.
is fun. Fog is not fun.
You know,
I could do
blind
all
landings
sorts
are
of
not a good thing.
No.
sort of dirty stuff, dirty deeds in the fog.
Yeah.
I have.
Let's talk about books. That's the
All
important
right. So I'm still holding up the library anthology, but it is coming,
Yeah.
and it will be worth the wait. I promise.
stuff. Your book is doing well.
My book is doing very well. I did more marketing than I've done before because I'm gearing up to actually make a living at doing this, and so my book is selling really well. It's actually in the top 50 in all of Cozy Mysteries, which I'm just completely boggled by that. And thank you to
Oh.
everybody that has bought it. I really, really deeply appreciate it.
Check the back cover if you buy a hard copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the back cover is messed up. That's being fixed. So if you bought a hard copy, then you will soon have a rare, limited, collectible edition.
Yeah,
Ah,
But if you have a hard copy and you don't have a screwed up back cover, let us know because
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a printer error, but I'm still gonna do some changes to the file and resubmit it and push that through. But yeah, hey, it can't go completely smooth.
AJ, I will give you one example. We landed at Andrews Air Force Base one day, not intentionally 0-0, because we broke out at 200 feet, had the runway in sight, touchdown, and rolled into a friggin' fog bank.
Oh,
We could not see
where'd the runway go? Where'd the runway go?
exactly. We literally shut down on the runway
Mhm.
and sat there for 45 minutes because the ground crew couldn't find us.
I love fog like that.
Oh no.
It covers a multitude of sins,
Yeah,
usually committed by me. Sam Rob's book is doing well. You
Yes.
should buy it.
Sigils.
Sigils.
Sigils is Sigils is fun because it's Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And it's Pittsburgh in a way you've never seen it before, and probably will enjoy more through the book than actually going to visit.
I would like y'all to take a note that Cedar on this day said fun and Pittsburgh in the same sentence.
yes.
That's what I mean. But it's fun because it's a book about Pittsburgh. You don't have to go there.
Um,
And Jim Butcher just announced another book coming out in January.
Is it a book or a series? I thought it was a series.
Well, it's called 12 Months.
the next Dresden File
It's
book.
the
Oh,
next Dresden
okay.
File book.
I'm
Good
thinking of
Lord.
something else.
And Pam Uphoff has a brand new book out called Dumas, which is the start of another series for her.
Dumas, Texas?
No,
Okay.
I was wondering the same thing when I saw the title, to be fair.
Dumas the person.
Yes.
Okay. Dumois.
Yeah.
We have a release coming up, a novella from J. Kenton Pierce called Back Alley Angels and Badland Devils.
Yeah.
It's set in his Tales of the Long Night world. So I
We've
know
got-
I know this because I was just working on it last night.
We have either one or two follow-ups, follow-up anthologies coming. And I forget which two.
Cutlass and Corsairs.
Okay,
Oh.
so the pirate anthology was so fantastic that we wound up doing two. So Cutlass and Corsairs is coming soon,
I heard Cutlass and Corsets,
on the
which would have worked too.
and that's coming out November 21st.
Cutlasses.
The keeper of the calendar is feeding me dates here. The other one,
Pierce's drops on the 19th.
what's that?
Pierce's double drops on the 19th.
Yep, November 19th will be
There's a
J.
preview
Kenton
today.
Pierce. I did not lay it out like an ace double. Ben will be very disappointed in me because Ben Yallow and I were talking about how I could lay it out like an ace double.
Yeah.
And he was not wrong. I could absolutely do that. And ultimately, I decided that it would just confuse readers, so I probably shouldn't.
Confuse the little buggers.
And then we have Daggers and Dark Powers.
Yes, we have another sword and sorcery
Yeah,
anthology
yeah, that's
because, again,
Yar and Sword and Sorcery.
things that went over really well. There's a remarkable amount of stabby stuff going on there. You notice the continuity there between cutlasses and daggers.
And Accidental Pirates, the boys' book.
Accidental
Month of
Pirates.
Adventure.
Yes. So we have all kinds of sharp, stabby things with dragons and adventure.
I should have named the pirate one Cutlasses and Corsets. I really should have.
That's a whole different anthology.
And Joelle Presby has a new book
This
coming out
one.
from
Yeah.
Bain called Ringer.
She's so
Hey.
excited about that. It's been
Yes.
fun to watch her.
If you're into the boys' books, Mike and I half-assed interviewed Graham Bradley off from Fossil Force.
Yes.
Did he do Fossil Force?
Yes, he did
Okay.
Fossil Force.
Fossil Force. And we had issues.
Yeah.
And for the first 20 minutes, we weren't recording, but the first 20 minutes,
They were communicating by crayon on post-it or on index cards.
because he had his microphone routed through a piece of equipment in another room and didn't realize it. We couldn't hear him. No, he couldn't hear us.
And he is going to have to write a sequel to it.
Yes, of course.
He's already
So no, Graham is so much fun, and he's a dad.
Yeah.
So he actually ran the book by his kids, and you can tell when you read it that this has been kid approved.
Yeah.
Hey, Freer's Prometheus.
Dave
Oh,
Freer
yes.
has been double nominated
Yeah.
for the Prometheus Award. So it's a little known fact that the Prometheus Award actually has a YA award
Yeah.
separate from the Prometheus Award.
don't like that word. Don't like that word. Don't like that
Well,
word.
it is what it is,
Yeah.
but it's basically the juvenile books
Right.
for the
Yeah.
younger
boys books.
And I approve of there being an award to highlight books for the younger readers.
Yeah.
So they have nominated Dave not just for the novel of Prometheus Award,
Yeah.
but also for the young adult version of the Prometheus Award. So he has actually been the same book, Storm Dragon,
Yeah.
double nominated for the Prometheus.
That is outstanding.
It really is, and it couldn't happen to a better author. I mean, Dave's work is just so phenomenal.
Rick says, Storm Dragon's a great story. I'd love to read more in that verse.
I
Wow.
think you're going to get
Goodness.
that. Yes.
Goodness.
We're not sure when, but you will.
Yes.
Because I'm not stupid. I'm nuts. I'm not stupid.
No, it's wonderful. We're so happy we've gotten the privilege of getting to work with Dave like this.
Todd says, 2 stories in fantasy. There used to be dragons, or how do we get rid of all these damn dragons? Yeah.
There used to be more dragons and more magic versus how do we get rid of these fucking dragons?
Yeah.
I know which one I like.
Put them both in the same story. That'd be
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
I have a novella.
Well, Accidental Pirates, the boys' book that's coming out shortly, has a dragon in it,
Yes.
Yeah.
Preview for that.
and also a little bit of isekai and time travel and accidental pirates.
I have a story I wrote a long time ago. It was supposed to be part of a series about this guy in this world who just wants to see a dragon. He's never seen a dragon. He's an interdimensional traveler. He wants to see a dragon. All of the locals are like, they were just here. Why the hell? It's a dragon. And part of the running joke throughout the series is he never ever sees a dragon.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, it's interesting when you look at history,
Mm-hmm.
especially written history. The number of times dragons come up
In one form or another.
in one form or another
Right. And
in various parts of the
I
world.
was going to say it's cross civilizations. It's not just what one limited area has myths about these
Yeah.
things.
It's actually the Bob the Llama, The Adventures of Bob the Llama.
Which you need to write.
Llama's traveling companion is the one looking for dragons, and it's always they were just here. Why the fuck do you want to see dragons? Dragons? You want to see an apple? They're everywhere. And he never gets to see a dragon. It's one of the running jokes. There's a lot of running jokes.
Yeah, at least you didn't name him Drama.
No, I thought about it.
No, that would be me. Actually, no, I did not name the llama Drama.
No,
I
we
named
know
the
somebody
snake.
that has a llama named Drama.
And I have met llamas. I can
Yeah.
completely believe why they would name the llama Drama.
That was the initial Bob the Llama story. They've been thrown off of a airship because Bob got airsick, and Chamber of Mark 1 Mod 0 projectile out of personnel and cleaned the parrot off the captain's shoulder. So they get kicked off, and they land in they walk into this little village, and the daughter of the local evil sorcerer thinks that they're there to kill her dad and shows up, and it goes downhill from there. There's I have this wonderful segment where she's there in her silk bikini top and split skirt and covered in llama goo.
Oh, who else wrote a dragon story? One of the female authors, the redhead, the other redhead.
Oh, that's specific.
Oh, God.
Wow.
I just drew a blank on her friggin' name.
And I'm sorry, but that was not helpful. I'm not picking anything up.
She runs around with Mel and Marissa
Casey
Yeah.
Ezel's not a redhead.
and Casey,
Melissa Olthoff.
Melissa
Melissa
Altoff,
Altoff.
yes. She wrote an interesting story about dragons.
She did.
And apparently there is a sequel in work.
Oh, good.
And I can't think of the name of the freaking story.
Oh, Todd's here. I answered your email, so don't put that evil on me. I found it and I answered it.
So did I.
Put that evil on me.
What?
No, Todd's on here.
Okay.
He's giving me a ration of crap about because I get several thousand emails a day, and
Yeah.
I don't half of them I don't respond to. So he's
Yeah.
been giving me a ration of crap about not responding to FinCon emails.
I probably haven't responded to them either for similar reasons.
I had 22 seconds free 2 days ago and took my 22 seconds to find that email and respond to it.
Melissa's book is Rise from Ruin. Melissa Althoff.
And it's
Very good book.
OLTOFF.
HOFF.
No,
Yeah.
there's no H in there.
Hey, Bill.
Maybe there is.
OFF. Yes. Hey, Bill. Welcome.
She's great.
An important survey soon, important one in a few weeks.
All right, I'll keep my eyes open for it, Todd.
I answered yours already, Todd.
Me too.
So did I.
And while we're putting weights on people, Jim, we need to talk about the next potluck quarterly meeting thing. January-ish?
Yeah.
I'll be here
Yeah, January.
Yeah.
in the middle of January. She can cook something.
Okay. So tentatively mid-January, Todd.
Yeah. Yes, dear.
Well, Todd was asking me, and I'm like, I only put out the sign-up sheet.
The reason we have not done one,
There has been a lot going on this year. It's been
Yeah.
a lot.
22 seconds free.
Well, and Jim had major surgery,
Yeah.
and
And Peter had surgery, and
yeah, there's just been a lot. So
yeah,
I think starting over in January.
we're
works.
all broken, so we're going to restart in January.
Yeah.
Plus, the fact trying to get a Saturday scheduled has been interesting.
well, yeah, there's been a whole lot of parties and stuff going
Yeah.
on. So
You know what was there the other day? Because I found a notification popped up on my Facebook feed. Some local author hired out Sammy Social to have a gathering and book signing.
Huh.
I
Do
was
we know
like,
them?
I don't know who it is. Jim
a lot of
probably
them here.
knows them.
Of course he
Um,
does. It's Jim.
A lady,
don't.
but I actually think from the title of the book, and I didn't dive down the rabbit hole after it, it looked like it was probably nonfiction, kind of a memoir.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
There's
we may
couple
not know them. But I just was looking at that going, that's an idea.
Some guy in Vatican Square pointing up and saying, "Hey, who the hell's up there on the balcony with Jim?"
Feedback on, okay. Panel survey, yes, we're standing by for that.
Feedback. If you want me on a panel, put me on a panel.
Yeah.
I can't do any better than that.
All right, folks, we've wasted another hour of your time.
Bloody hell, yes.
Thanks for putting up with us. And please, folks, go buy the books.
Feed starving authors and starving publishers.
Well, and here's the thing too. Which
Yes,
is,
Richard, I did get your email about Scapa Flow. I answered it. I don't know anybody currently in either the Brit military or Brit EOD that would have an idea about those torpedoes.
Basket weaving and hentai panel. Ian. I'll wing it.
Only if it's underwater basket
in that
weaving.
in that case, you'll tentacle it.
I'll work that panel. You might not want to take down my answers, but I'll work that panel.
Nobody records that one.
And do not make me a moderator on any panels.
And remember, folks, don't sweat the petty stuff. Don't put the sweaty stuff, especially Todd. We'll see you later. Bye.
Basket weaving hentai.